Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Shadow and Sun Show, and welcome to part 6 of the Planet of the Apes RPG walkthrough review. Let's see where we left off. I believe we left off getting ready to talk about ranged combat, shooting, throwing, things like that. We talked about the different types of defense, and now most of it can actually be summed up on this little table here, but then they go and explain everything. The modifiers to combat, starting with cover, quarter, half, and 3/4 cover, will give you a number of negative dice. So, you know, if you've got like a pool of 4 or 5 dice and suddenly you're taking off 2 dice because your target is in half cover. High winds will give you a -1 die on ranged attacks. Obscured visibility will give you a -1 to 4 dice, depending on the level of, you know, obscurement of your vision from fog or rain or smoke. You get a +1 die for a aimed shot, which, okay, that probably means you're going to miss a round of combat because they're 6-second rounds, and it can easily take you 6 seconds or more to sight in a target, especially if it's moving, which should be another thing, but I did not see. Actually, there is on the next page, but not on the table. If you brace or you're prone, you're going to get another die, so sniping from a prone position would give you a total of 2 extra dice on your shot. Sounds about fair. And if you happen to have the high ground, it's going to give you another die. High vantage point, kind of the same thing. I don't know. Then there's reactive skill, -1 die per additional basic action this round. So if you're doing other things, you're going to lose, you know, if you're loading your weapon maybe, or screwing on a silencer in the same round, you might want to just take your time on something like that. But then multiple actions, the standard rule we talked about, for every additional action you're going to take off a die. Actually, the movement of the target is not what I was thinking here when it says movement. It's actually walking or running or even swimming isn't cause for rolling dice. Movement is an action, whether that movement is quick or basic. All action rules apply on page 129, which we already covered. Quick movement is anything from up to 6 meters in a single round, whether walking or tumbling. Basic movement on land is more than 6 and up to 12 meters per round. Like I said, dropping prone and getting up, take an action. Crawling will reduce your movement to 2 meters or less. Then there's a terrain, which covers, you know, reductions to your movement as you configure. Clear, rough, rugged, and impassable. I like it here on impassable. You can't get through here, don't try. Your lawgiver will make you regret it. Pretty much, yeah. If a TM says this is a no-fly zone, don't bother. Or find some really clever way to do that. Other actions in combat, disarming. We're actually still, I thought they were going to just go into ranged combat, but there's still a couple of melee combat things. Disarm rather than dealing damage. You can try to disarm your opponent. Disarming is a basic action that affects subsequent strength / brawl or dex / melee skill rolls against the same target that round, because both the attack and the disarm are basic actions. If the disarm succeeds, the attack deals no damage, and the defender must make a dex / reflex or strength / stamina skill roll with a target number equal to the attack total. And then grappling, when 2 combatants go into a grapple, they roll their strength brawl skill, and the winner becomes the attacker and the loser becomes the defender, which I think is actually a really elegant way to solve that situation and get it moving. This may result in the attacker and defender swapping roles each round. After making this opposed roll, the attacker can choose one one of these actions until the grapple is broken. Grappling is a basic action. You can knock your opponent prone. The defender is knocked prone. You can take them down. It forces the defender to the ground. Both are now prone. Shove. The attacker forcefully moves the defender up to 5 meters. If the attacker doesn't move with them, the grapple is broken. Throw. The attacker's strength. Excuse me. If the attacker's strength is higher than the defender's, the attacker throws the defender, and you can determine that depending on strength and carrying capacity, things like that. There's the squeeze. Attacker rolls their strength and deals that much damage to the defender. You can break. The attacker breaks the grapple, or you can pin the opponent. The defender is held in place. They cannot take any actions until the next opposed strength brawl skill roll. Then it goes into fatigue. Depending on how long you've been running or dodging or climbing or whatever, will give you rolls that you must make to avoid fatigue. Running a kilometer, you need a 5. It's probably not hard, but if you've only got 1 or 2 dice, that might wear you out. Running 10 km, it's a target number of 10. And during a harsh environment for an hour, that's a 15. And during a harsh environment for several hours, that's a 20. That's going to be really, really rough. And then treading icy water for an hour, that's 25. And icy water after an hour, you really should be looking at completely different things. Go try it. Take off your clothes out in the snow and jump in the river and see if you can last an hour. Don't do that, folks. Don't do that at all. There's also the pulling your punch option, where you can just try to stun or make your opponent unconscious as opposed to terminating them. There's also the damage for falling. 3 to 6 meters is 3 dice, which I find a little... I don't know. I get it. It's well over the 10 feet that we usually use a D6, but this is bumped up to 3d6, all the way to, if you fall 51 meters or more, that's 10 dice. I've actually done that and walked away. So there should really be some sort of resist roll. Then we get to the area of effect, and this is, if somebody tosses a grenade in your direction, you have these possible options. You can hit the deck, drop prone, gain a 1 die bonus to your strength roll to resist damage. Afterward, you're prone. You can dive away or dodge, or that sort of thing. The reaction can only be taken if you haven't moved this round or have already declared full defense. Add your reflex die code to your strength roll to resist damage. Afterward, you're prone. Take cover basic. You hide behind something, and then you get various bonuses depending on what you're hiding behind. And then that weapon is made by man. There are different types of explosives with different effects. The most common of these is the humble grenade. Grenades and other thrown explosives offer a few options for survival, sacrifice, play quick. If a grenade or similar device is nearby and you haven't moved this round, you may throw yourself on top of it. That should literally kill you. There's just no ifs, ands, or buts. I don't care if you're wearing the full ape armor. You should just be dead. But you do get a chance to roll against your strength, I believe it is, and you're the only one who will take the damage. You can throw back the grenade. Good luck with that. Considering it's a 6-second action, you really shouldn't get the option to do that, but they're going to give it to you anyways. And you roll a dex reflex skill against the target number equal to the total of the attacker's strength throwing skill. On a success, you kick or throw it away, moving the target area of the grenade to a point within a D plus 10 meters. I realize everything seems to be in favor of the characters here. Another little thing that I noticed that I really, really like for a scatter, say you're throwing a grenade and you somehow screw up, there is a D6 radius, sort of template you can use, where it's 1, 2, 3, 4 is yourself, and then 5 and 6. All the other, all of them but number 4 are clearly away from you, so there's not like a good chance that you're going to drop the grenade at your feet, it's just going to go off in more or less the wrong direction. Then there's some talk about using miniatures and facing and giving you the benefit of the doubt when it comes to facing. It's assumed you're always facing the right direction, which again is a little, it's a little bit of a gimme in my opinion. There are chances that you're not seeing everything. You can be flanked, you can be a surprise attack from behind in the fog of war. But again, they're giving it to you, and when it comes to miniatures, you can kind of move your mini around at any time to change facing without costing you anything. And then we head into the next chapter, which is all about resisting damage, injury levels, and things like that. Something I'm actually very curious about. I did read a little further ahead because I'm unclear on how damage is done. I've been in George's D6 Star Wars game, and as of yet, I don't think any of us have really been hurt or taken any real damage, but we'll get into that next week, because tomorrow and the next day I'm going to be covering the Ursharak and Battlestar Galactica. Excuse me, I'm rushing a little too much in this video, I think. But I'll be reviewing the first couple of chapters of each book to see how far everybody's gotten in them. I'm actually pretty far ahead in Galactica because I've never read it before, and I'm like really getting into it, whereas Ursharak, I've gotten to a certain point and I'm like, this is a good point to stop. I'll wait till do the review and then I'll read some more, because it's not as great as I remembered. Mind you, I was a 10-year-old when I read it, and again, we'll go into all of that tomorrow and the next day, so stay tuned. But I am curious to hear what you guys think about this game. Would you play it? Would you run it? Would you want to play in it? I will be running a game next year with George and Omen, and hopefully off grid, and we might have room for another player or two in that Saturday night game. But that's what I've got for you today. I will see you guys maybe later tonight for a paint and chill stream, but I have to see if the gang's all prepared for that. Otherwise, you guys have yourself a great rest of your day. Merry Christmas, and as always, happy trails.